Okay, hello and welcome to the Games4all podcast. I'm your host Dan, and with me is my good friend James.
Hello.
And obviously this is a show about games. We're going to be talking about games. That's good.
Yeah. That's a good start.
Welcome to the first episode. I say the first episode. We've actually recorded about 5 shows previous to this that never made it online. But technically this is our first episode, and we want to thank you very much for taking the time to download the show. Even if you don't like it, thanks for that anyways. So basically we're going to start by talking about what games we've been playing and just our general opinions on them and things like that. So I might as well start with you, James, because you've probably been playing a hell of a lot more games than I have. I haven't had much time lately, but go ahead. What have you been playing?
Okay, well, as we're recording this, Red Dead Redemption's been out for, a week or two now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of that.
Yeah,
basically.
I've played a little bit of it. It's pretty good.
Grand Theft Auto with Cowboys.
Yeah, and the funny thing about this is, I got the game as well, but, I haven't touched the campaign mode yet.
Oh, you should, mate. Definitely should.
Basically, you said, hey, I've got it, do you want to come online? And I was like, yeah, I jumped straight into multiplayer and had a bit of a
just
fun with that. And
few tentative steps into multiplayer. I still haven't really gotten into that in a big way yet because I've been having major issues connecting with people.
Yeah, there's been a few problems.
It'll probably be alright now. I've just been focusing on the campaign more, I think. But
yeah. Well, what I've seen so far, which is mainly multiplayer, I've been pleasantly surprised by it, really. It's not a game that I was eagerly seeking out. I know you were, but
well, I love Cowboys.
Oh, fair enough. Less said about that, the better.
I like the way they make me feel.
Please don't. So, yeah, we jumped in some multiplayer together, and it was good fun. Not yet gone through the campaign yet, but I'm sure it's something I'll do soon. There's loads of games that have come out recently, and it's a bit of a job to find the time to play them, really. When you think Alan Wake that came out,
yeah, you've played a bit of that.
I've played the first episode of that, which is an hour's worth. Very impressive, really like it, but wish I had the time to play more. I'm hopefully going to get through with that within the next few weeks. That'd be great because I can talk about it on the show. But yeah, I've got Red Dead to play and Lost Planet 2, things like that. There's been quite a few games coming out recently, and it is literally just trying to find the time to play more. But for me that is probably about it. Alan Wake, a little bit of Red Dead multiplayer when I can get on there, because I've noticed issues online with trying to get into multiplayer matches and stuff, and a lot of glitches and stuff online that have been popping up online, on the internet and stuff like that.
But it's still early days. It's only been out a week or so. And
yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of patches to sort a lot of this stuff out and iron it out. But
they did release a patch. I think it was day 1 or day 2.
Oh, I think
it was before it came out over here, but after it'd been out in America to fix major issues. So if they managed to get one out that quick, they're probably working on others.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. So yeah, anything else you've been playing?
I've been doing a lot of retro gaming.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff on the PlayStation Network, old PlayStation games that have come out. Abe's Odyssey came out a little while ago. That's a classic game back in the day. And pretty much all of the PlayStation 1 Final Fantasies are out now.
Yeah.
So, been doing that. Not your type of thing, I know.
No, not really, no. That's probably something we should say straight out. I'm not really into a lot of the kind of RPGs and things like that. And what sort of gamer would you say you are?
Me, I love my stories.
Okay. And your Cowboys, apparently.
And my Cowboys, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm more of a shooter kind of guy, and, I think I've got a fairly varied interest in games, but, I think primarily I do like shooters and action games, and,
I know you like your races as well.
Yeah, racing games are pretty cool. Not majorly. I know Blur and things like that came out quite recently. I haven't really bothered looking into that, but that's probably one of the sort of games I'll pick up when I see it cheap or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, I've really not been playing that much lately, and it's a bit of a shame really, because I would have a lot more to talk about in this segment of the show. But obviously now the podcast is starting up, I'll be trying to get a lot more time. Playing games and stuff. Like I say, I've got a lot to play. Alan Wake is something I've been really looking forward to playing. So hopefully I'll get some more time to play that. And my first impressions on the first episode of that are that it is good. It's good.
Yeah.
No, it is. No, it is good. It's it combines a lot of really cool elements of like survival horror and things like that, and it's an eagerly anticipated game because it's taken like 4 years to make.
Oh,
something.
It's been forever.
Yeah, it's a long time in the making, and it's been dubious about whether it's going to come out or not at some point.
Yeah.
Now it's here, it's out, it's in the wild. I've only played the first episode, but it's I really like it already, and I can't wait to play the rest of it because I've heard good things. So.
It's a bit psychological for me. I don't like scary games.
Yeah, I remember you weren't too keen on playing things like Condemned and...
No, I still won't play Condemned.
No, and there was that other game on the PlayStation 3, Siren Blood Curse.
Oh, no. God, no.
Weren't really a fan of that, but that's the sort of stuff I like, though. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, and as of at the moment, I haven't had as much time as I'd wanted to play games, but Red Dead's definitely something I want to play a lot more of. It's unusual because usually I'll go straight into the the campaign mode and play that before hitting multiplayer, and I did the total opposite with this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, although my only real experience of Red Dead Redemption is the multiplayer, but I enjoyed it.
I will say, I know how much you loved Grand Theft Auto as well.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
It's a very similar game.
Yeah,
it's got
very similar.
Same sort of rich, varied characters.
Yeah, it is like, I don't know, there's something about having a character that looks like a dirty Mexican riding on a mule, going around shooting people.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah, it's...
I will say, on the single-player game, once you get into Mexico, you can get Poncho.
Excellent.
And everybody's happy in a poncho.
I can't wait for my poncho. I'm looking forward to it. So that's basically that sums up more or less what we've been playing. I'd say not much on my side of things, but there'll be a lot more to talk about next week, I'm hoping.
But feel free, if you're listening to this now and you've been playing games and you have any opinions that you want to share, just let us know.
Yeah, we do have an email address. It's literally fresh, been set up. It's podcast@games4allpodcast.com. We will have a Twitter feed eventually. There'll be various ways of contacting us and getting in touch and things. But yeah, that's another thing we wanted to mention is that it isn't just our show, it's really your show. If there's anything you want us to talk about or you want to mention on the show, feel free to drop us an email, or even, by all means, send us an audio clip, like if you want to ask us something, MP3 format.
Recommend some games to us.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be things that we may overlook. It's a half hour or so show every week, so I'm sure there's stuff we may miss out on. So if you think we've missed out on something that we should really be talking about, then by all means let us know. We'd love to hear from you. Like I say, that email address again is podcast@games4allpodcast.com, and obviously games4allpodcast.com is our website, so feel free to check that out too. Not much on that at the moment. We're working on that. We're just starting out, so it's a bit crazy. But yeah, things will give it a few weeks. I think things will be moving ahead pretty cool.
I've just learned that Cowboys can't swim.
Yeah, so it's fair to say that you're actually playing Red Dead as we're doing the podcast.
Yeah.
So you're probably like completely as focused as I'd like you to be right now.
I'm focused. I am focused. I just think it adds a nice sort of mood.
Okay.
Hoping that will come something we'll come to talk about.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, do you want me to come off?
No, that's cool. It's fine. I'm not bothered. Okay, so we're gonna we'll be back in a minute. We're gonna talk about some of the gaming news, some of the stuff that's happened over the last couple of weeks that you may not know of, and we'll speak to you soon. Okay, hello and welcome back to Games4all podcast. Right now we're going to talk about some of the gaming news that's been occurring recently, and just I'm gonna mention some stuff and maybe get your thoughts on it, James. But Sony talking about, obviously they're going to add 3D right to the PlayStation 3, right? I don't know what they're going to call it, the PS 3D, whatever, who knows. But they are going to I think they're going to basically patch a lot of the older games for the PS3 to include 3D now. well, not now, but when they do it, but not all games. So what do you think about that? I mean, what games do you think would work?
Well, I think obviously the main exclusives will need to be done.
Yeah.
So I think their big sort of thing for 3D at the moment is Killzone 3. They're saying, it will be in 3D, but
yeah.
I don't really know what of the old ones would do. I still not entirely sure how they're going to implement it. I mean, is it going to be...
I think it's primarily... I think it's more for people with 3D TVs, not so much... You've got a normal TV here, put some glasses on. I don't think it's going to be like that. I'm pretty sure it's for people who have stupidly expensive brand new 3D TVs.
Yeah, which I don't...
fucking content to fucking view on it.
Yeah, I don't see the point of getting a 3D TV at the moment because there just isn't enough there.
I mean, I know that Sky are going to bring out... This is totally unrelated, but like Sky are going to have their own dedicated 3D channel where they show movies in 3D. But once again, I'm guessing you have to have a 3D TV. I think Virgin Media are going to do a similar sort of thing. So it seems like something everyone's kind of jumping on the bandwagon for 3D. And obviously games consoles, are going to... follow suit, but
to really sort of open it to everyone, I think they're going to need to have like different 3D modes for like different types of glasses if people can't afford the TVs.
Yeah, I think they're shooting
glasses.
themselves in the foot if it is just exclusive to you have to have a 3D TV.
I mean, we watched something earlier. It was like a video on YouTube where you had like the options or like what different glasses you had, and you had one option where you could just go cross-eyed.
Yeah,
I couldn't play a game like that.
No, but it worked. It was really cool. It's kind of well for anyone who wants to check it out. It's Halo Reach thing. What would you search for on YouTube, just in case anyone wants to know?
I don't know. Maybe we should take a quick pause of the show and just look it up.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So we just quickly check that up. If you go to YouTube and type in Halo Reach 3D, most of the videos come up.
It's important to mention also that Halo Reach won't actually be in 3D.
No,
this is just a what if.
Yeah. But there's a lot of different... There's several clips which give you different options for glasses, and the one for cross-eyed is quite amazing actually, because it's like... It sounds kind of stupid, but if you actually try it, it does kind of work, but it'd be totally unplayable.
Yeah, like I say, it all depends on like where you are in relation to the TV and how cross-eyed you can go. Yeah,
I mean, I had a bit of trouble there, like maintaining the cross-eyedness. But yeah, it was a fun little experiment. But yeah, I think it's inevitable. Like, I mean, I'm not surprised that Sony are doing this before everybody else, because they are really trying to. Obviously trying to get ahead of the game with things like this. But you know, what do you think? Say, for example, I don't know, playing like Uncharted or something in 3D. Would that appeal to you?
That would indeed. I think there's great sort of scope for it in the future. I just don't think that the technology is cheap enough and readily available to utilise it right now.
Yeah.
But further down the line, games in 3D like shooters, action adventures, anything involving any kind of like distance perception would be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, implemented properly, it could be quite, you know, it could bring a lot more to the gaming experience, but, you know, I don't know, like you say, I think the technology is not really as advanced as it should be to implement this kind of thing. Like, you know, it's all well and good saying, hey, you know, we're Sony, we can add 3D to our console, but like, if it sucks, then no one's going to want it anyway.
No, I mean, I think in a few years' time, when there's like more 3D movies available, the TVs themselves will be cheaper. Yeah. Then I think I'd definitely go for it and definitely try it, but I just don't see the point really right now.
I'm not 100% sure when this is going to happen, but I'm guessing it's reasonably soon. We'll probably hear a bit more about it in the coming weeks, because obviously E3 is happening soon, which we'll talk about again in a minute. But yeah.
I will say 3D technology in general has gotten much better. I mean, I remember going to see a 3D movie God knows how many years ago with like the different coloured glasses and getting a headache from it, whereas you go to a cinema now and watch a film in 3D, you get handed a pair of very light shades and can watch it, and it looks amazing. So hopefully it'll be more like that than...
Yeah, I mean, it has come on in leaps and bounds. It's just, who knows if it's ready for, you know, to be implemented in gaming. Who knows?
I mean, James Cameron tried it with Avatar.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't have a 3D TV, I don't have any 3D glasses, so I can't really see how that worked, but obviously the game didn't do too well.
No.
But
then it is a game based on a movie which they, well, that's another discussion for another time. But hey, you know,
games based on movies. Watch this space.
Yeah, we all know they don't do that great. But hey, yeah. So I mean, we'll just end up by saying, you know, I'm not like 100% majorly overfussed about the whole 3D thing. I could take it or leave it, I think.
I'm excited about the future, but as of right now, I just don't think it's as important at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, I think, like you say, some games I think it would maybe suit, and others it would be completely inappropriate. So, yeah, we'll just see how it pans out, really. Yeah. But other news, obviously, I'll say E3 is coming up in a couple of weeks, and next week we're going to do our pre-E3 show.
I'm so excited.
Where we're going to basically talk about there's a lot of rumours flying around at the moment. We'll be discussing them and all that kind of stuff. And obviously, once E3's over and done with, we're going to do our post E3 show where we get to talk about everything. But just like every other podcast out there.
Yeah.
But one of the rumours going around at the moment, obviously, Project Natal, which, in case anyone didn't know, it's like a 3D camera type, motion control type G-Re thing for the Xbox.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
It's supposed to be getting a proper name soon as well.
Yeah, that's just it's literally just the prototype name, isn't it? There's a lot of speculation as to what. I mean, we don't know much about it really. Let's be honest.
No.
But there's obviously we've had discussions in private about, is this going to be worth it? Is it going to run as smooth as, you know, the mock-ups and the videos and the demonstrations you've seen? Is it going to be that good? And as also we've spoken about, you know, it's only going to be worth buying day one if there's the software to play on it, you know, to use it with.
Yeah.
And one such game that's been rumoured to utilise Project Natal is Sonic Free Riders.
Oh, why is it every time somebody mentions a new Sonic game, my heart just sinks into my stomach? Oh,
I mean,
you weren't quite expecting that response, were you?
No, but yeah. I mean, let's be honest, hasn't been a decent Sonic game for quite some time, and you know, it's not something that bothers me so much, because I would rather sit down and play one of the old Sonic games if I was looking to play like a platformer. That's what I'd do. I'd rather seek that kind of game out than go, hey, there's a new Sonic game coming out, I think I'll get that and play it, you know, because I know it's going to be crap.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. And but we don't know anything about this, whether this is true or not. This is just rumours, speculation at the moment, but it's like, I'm up for any game, you know, using Natal, because I mean, the more games that use it, the more value it's going to be to buy in eventually, you know, day one or whatever. Because I'm excited about it. I wouldn't mind buying this.
No, I would as well, but I think perhaps one of the things that I'm finding exciting is more of the facial recognition, and the moving through the menus and everything.
It's the little touches. There's a lot of cool things, but you know, do we really need the Sonic game? I mean, I don't know.
Do we really need another Sonic game?
Sonic 4?
Sonic 4? Oh, I could go on for hours about how excited I am about Sonic 4.
We haven't got much time.
But 3D Sonic games, they kind of
blow.
Yeah.
They're not good.
The only good 3D Sonic game, I think, was like the Sonic Adventure games on the Dreamcast.
Yeah, they weren't too bad.
Back when he was a mascot for a console.
Yeah.
Nowadays, he doesn't have a console. He's not... He's a mascot for a company that isn't heavily into the computer games race anymore.
No, exactly.
He's not necessarily needed.
Agreed.
I mean, I have a very soft spot in my heart for Sonic.
Yeah.
Back in the day. One of my favourite games on the Xbox actually at the moment is the Mega Drive Ultimate Collection.
Yeah.
Playing through Sonic 1, 2 and 3. Great. But now, I don't know, he's just not been able to hold on to the epic status that Mario has. I think it's because they've been trying to do too many different things and changing Sonic so much, whereas Mario has pretty much, he's had his thing. I mean, there's the new Super Mario Brothers is just the same as it's always been.
Yeah. Just
updated, whereas...
Well, Mario made the transition to 3D on N64.
Yeah.
And it worked really well. and I think with Sonic they made that jump a bit too sort of, I don't know, they jumped into the whole 3D thing a bit too quickly, and I don't think it just didn't work.
No,
Sonic works so much better as a 2D platformer,
because he's a character designed around speed, and you can't speed around in a 3D environment without crashing into anything. When it's a flat 2D plane,
you can still crash into shit.
You can still crash into shit, yeah, but I don't know.
Well, anyway, I mean, it's not the most exciting. I'm assuming this could be like a launch title. You know, we don't know. We know very little about it until. When obviously with E3 coming up soon, we'll know a lot more. But I'm just assuming this could be like a launch title. Like you could get it. I suppose you could get this package with it. Who knows? I mean,
but I'm hoping for other more exciting games. Really,
yeah,
I don't think I'll be picking this up.
This is definitely not the pinnacle of what you know we should be expecting from this peripheral. Like, if this is the only real game coming out for it, it's going to be very disappointing, and I don't think it's going to sell a lot of units.
No.
What it needs is some epic games, day one. You know, really good stuff. Like, the thing is, even if there's, it'd be nice to say, like, I don't know, say 5 retail discs you could buy that work with Natal. And maybe like a handful of like arcade games you could download, like Xbox Live Arcade games. That would be awesome, because then you've got so much you could use with it.
Well, it is an interesting one. What sort of games do you think would work best with?
Fighting games and shooters.
Okay, they're sort of 2 of your favourite kinds of games, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty much what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, me too, if I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah,
but I know Peter Molyneux has said that the Fable series will be compatible with Natal, but
I think we assumed that from the E3 demo of last year.
Yeah, with his little
that's not good.
Grooming simulator.
No. But this does bring us on to another subject we want to talk about, which is motion controls. Because let's be honest, 360 isn't alone in the whole let's add some motion control type stuff to our console. PS3 are coming out with
the Lollipop.
Move, or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, Move. Yeah, that's what it's called. Sorry, I had a brain fart, I didn't think. Move, yeah. It's a Wii Remote and Nunchuck, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's boil it down to that. That's basically what they've added, is a Wii Remote and Nunchuck to the PS3.
And made it look something a bit like a sex toy.
No, let's not go there either. You've been bringing up a lot of weird shit lately.
What do you mean lately? I've always brought up
loving Cowboys.
I do love Cowboys.
Anyway, right, okay. But motion controls, does the PS3 really need it?
I don't know.
What games is it going to... I mean, it's basically... Everyone wants that casual market that the Wii pretty much has a monopoly on at the moment, but, like... You know, I mean...
It all depends on how it actually works and how it translates.
Yeah.
I mean, if it says it's got, like, the Z-axis movement like they keep saying it does...
Yeah.
And it's more responsive. I mean, I know I've seen demos of it, and there was quite a lot of lag with it.
Yeah.
Being homemade, but if they could sort that out and get it moving, I think the time is right for a Star Wars lightsaber game.
That's what you've been hoping for.
That's ever since
you're going to buy
Wii,
it just for that.
Yeah. Ever since the Wii came out, I thought, cool. Now we'll be able to have lightsaber games.
Yeah.
No. But hell, if Natal, PlayStation Move, or the Wii, if they can sort it out enough to do a decent lightsaber combat game, I'm there. I'm behind it.
Well, my main argument for, like, which one of these I think is going to be worth getting more than any other would be Natal, because admittedly, we don't know exactly what it can do yet, because I'm sure they've got a lot planned for it that ain't going to be there day one. But what we've seen of it, if it works as good as it does, there's no reason I'd go and buy it straight away, personally. The other thing, say you've got 4 people, yeah, a game that you want to play with 4 people, you want PlayStation Move, you've got to buy 4 sets of everything.
Yeah.
Not with Natal.
No, it's the same with the Wii as well, though, isn't it? Because you need to buy more Wiimotes, more nunchucks and everything.
The thing is, it's like that
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, if you buy one of these motion camera debris, Natal, whatever it's going to be called, you have potentially 4 people sat in front of it, controlling a game, doing whatever, you know.
That is a very good point.
Admittedly, they may not bring out any kind of, like, 4-player games for it, but who knows, the potential's there, it's a possibility. And so what, the rumours are that it's going to cost around £100, but let's be honest, probably going to be closer to like 150 or something.
Yeah.
But I think if I'm going to spend £150, I'd like it to come with like a game or so or something.
Yeah.
A decent game and maybe
It'll probably come with one of those like party pack compilation things.
Yeah,
you get so many games
I just want to be able to get it and use it day one and like do something cool with it. Do you know what I mean? Because I've forked out the money for the crappy Xbox Live Vision camera, and that's just naff. There's no support for it.
No.
There's probably a handful of games that use it.
Yeah.
I think the only game that uses it really to any major extent is like, well, the last game to use it to any major extent was Burnout Paradise, perhaps.
Yeah.
And even that's not... The most fun you can do with that is literally when you're playing online with people and like, you take somebody down, it takes a mugshot so they can go, you fucker, and fingers up at you, and you get to see that mugshot and you get to save that on your console. And that's fun, but it's not worth going out and spending the money on a shitty little camera to do that.
I will say also, another major selling point of the Wii at the moment is like the exercise games. You've got like Wii Fit and Wii Sports and everything.
Yeah.
I have these. I use them.
Did you not know there's actually going to be a Mel B fitness game?
Hell yeah.
For the Xbox.
Awesome. I'm so getting behind that shit.
If they're using the towel, I'm going to be all over that shit.
Yeah. But this is the thing. The Wii and the Wii board, they say, oh yeah, you can't afford it, you can't really do this. I have sat on the sofa just wiggling my wrists around with a Wiimote in my hand, nothing else.
God for that.
And you can play games like that. You don't have to actually get up and exercise with it, whereas Natal, because it scans your body, you need to move, you need to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't know whether that'll turn some players off, because I know some of them aren't very sports conscious, but I think for like the exercise market...
Well, that's another thing, sports games, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Football and stuff,
Absolutely, but whereas the Wii just recognises how you move the Wiimote around, Natal will actually be able to scan your whole body to see if you're doing it right.
I mean, the potential for, is so much greater than just holding what looks like sex toys in your hands, to be honest.
Yeah, thank you for jumping on my bandwagon.
I'd say. So yeah, I mean, personally, I'm gonna. We'll see what happens in a couple of weeks because I say E3's coming up, but and for anyone who doesn't know, it's this huge expo, and they have to pretty much show off all kinds of stuff. Every Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, they will have a little, conference.
Also, Natal has got a microphone so you can actually talk to your console.
Yeah, that's cool.
And say goodnight to it and it'll switch off.
Yeah. So
will you be able to talk to your PlayStation with the Move?
Most unlikely not.
Oh, but I'm sure there are plenty of fanboys out there for any console who talks to their machines, but now...
See, the thing is, I imagine... I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I imagine, like, PlayStation 3 owners... Because I used to own a PS3, but I've got rid of it, but it's another story. Like, most PS3 owners are, like, pretty hardcore.
Yeah. About
their games. They're not really... They ain't so bothered about these kind of fanning around with motion controls. I don't think it's going to do as well as they hope.
No.
Whereas with the 360, I can see it... I can even see it appealing to the hardcore, really.
Yeah.
Because there's the potential to use it in... I mean, literally, yeah. I would cream myself if you could play, say, Call of Duty Black Ops or Gears of War 3 using the towel.
Oh, I think we're dreaming a bit there, but...
Maybe, but, I mean,
that would
why
be
not?
Nice.
Why couldn't that be done? Why could that not be a thing?
I think it's the lack of chest-high walls in the living room.
Still, though, I'm just saying. There's a potential there for that kind of thing. And, who knows whether it'll happen or not. Chances are it might not, but... I'm intrigued. I really want to see more Natal, but I really, at the moment, I'm sort of sold on it, really, and I haven't really seen that much of it, which is mad.
What I'd also like to see, this is probably just a pipe dream or whatever, but actually being able to use Natal with a controller as well. So you're moving things on the controller, but it can look at what your body's doing, because...
Yeah.
I know, as a kid, I used to watch my sister playing games, and she would play, like, Sonic the Hedgehog on the Game Gear or whatever. Every time she jumped or came to a thing, she would lift up and move and lean to the side. I'd like to see racing games precisely, flight simulators where you can pan around and move.
Well, that sounds... I mean, this...
So Microsoft, if you're listening...
Yeah. Do it.
Do it.
You got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If that. Get on it. Get that shit sorted. We want to see it at E3. So yeah, that's something else we're going to mention is at E3. We sort of keep mentioning it, but not really talked about it.
We're trying not to, because we want something to talk about next week.
Because it is going to be a big feature of next. It's basically going to be the whole show next week is E3, but there's going to be so much cool stuff to talk about. I'm hoping. I'm post E3 as well. There's going to be so many games unveiled that we probably didn't know about or haven't seen much of, and really intrigued in the whole Natal move stuff. And I mean, who knows what? I mean, do we even have any clue as to what Nintendo are going to show off, if anything? Because they've all got press conference.
I don't know.
They've all got their hour and a half or whatever to say, here's some cool shit.
Maybe some games that actually use the vitality sensor.
Okay, maybe. Who knows? I mean,
I don't know.
More cowboy games, maybe that's what we need.
Oh yes.
You realise you sound very strange right now, talking about cowboys in that manner.
I sound strange all the time.
Alright, fair dues. So, that pretty much sums up our news segment for this show. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the new releases for this week.
Just one question, Dan.
Sure.
What are we actually doing in these breaks?
Fuck all. Have a cup of tea.
Okay.
Nah, not even that.
Well, what's the listener going to hear?
A bit of music. Okay, welcome back to the Games4all podcast. We're about to discuss some of the latest releases that are coming out this week. I'll be honest with you, not much coming out.
Go on, Daniel.
We're basing this obviously because we're based in the UK. This is like releases for the UK, so anyone listening in the US, things may differ, but you know, we'll just go ahead anyway. There's a lot of expansion pack stuff for Sims 3 for the PC. We're not really going to talk about that. Rooms, the main building's coming out from the DS.
Puzzly games. I quite like my puzzly games on the DS.
Yeah, I don't have a DS, so I don't know about that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, it all looks kind of funnish.
It looks
in a time-wasting kind of way.
Yeah.
The only major cross-platform release, is SBKX, which is like a motorbike type dealio. So that's out on PS3.
Dealio.
Yeah, you know. It's out on PS3, Xbox, PC, Wii, probably. Let me just check. No, it's not on Wii. What is on Wii is Dance Dance Revolution Hottest Party 3. Hell yeah.
Not on my flat, isn't it?
No, fair enough. And Fantastic Football Fan Party. I don't even know what half these games are, let's be honest. They're really not big titles by a long shot. But that is pretty much the releases for this whole week. I mean, you know, obviously next week there's a lot more stuff coming out. You know, to name a couple, I mean, Super Mario Galaxy 2. We can't really talk about it until next week.
We could.
Well, maybe we'll have so much E3 stuff to talk about. We can probably do next week as well, like next week's worth of releases now. But
okay.
And then Rock Band Green Day, Prince of Persia, Forgotten Sands on PC. Actually, next week not much either, and the week after that is pretty awful as well. So it's actually quite a shoddy month for games until right at the end of the month when
we get Lego Harry Potter.
Yeah, so I knew you were going to mention that. Actually, yeah, if I'm completely honest, there ain't much coming out in the last week of the month either. I mean, there is a lot coming out, but nothing really worth getting excited over, which is a real shame.
It will be just talking about Lego Harry Potter, won't it?
Quite possibly. And this is something I'm not really that bothered about, personally. I've played some of the Lego games. They're alright. I mean, I'm not... Do you know what I mean?
No.
Not bothered by them, really. You know, I mean, I even like Rock Band, but I've played the Green Day Rock Band demo. No, I don't think much of it. No, not really. Not majorly keen on it.
By the way, if you are a manufacturer of any of these games or a publisher or anything and you want to sponsor us,
I'm not going to say no.
please get in contact.
Cowboy, you want to talk to other like-minded people.
Well, no, it's just if we're dissing your game and you want us to say nice things, why don't you just
backhander? It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Are you going to get Super Mario Galaxy 2?
I will try.
I'm sure you probably will.
Probably not this month, but I will definitely be getting it, and
we can talk about that when you get it, and I might have a little go on it as well, just to, it'll be something extra to talk about. But it's actually quite a slow month. I mean, a lot of really good games came out last month. For example, Lost Planet 2, Alan Wake. I mean, I've got Skate 3 as well.
No, you said good games, and you said Lost Planet 2.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I haven't really played it yet, so I don't know. But Red Dead Redemption, Alan Wake,
One I would quite like to try, even though it's been panned a lot, is Alpha Protocol.
Yeah.
The spy espionage
it's
RPG.
A lot like Mass Effect, though.
It's a bit like sort of Mass Effect meets Splinter Cell. Sort of thing. But you see, it's made by Obsidian, who used to be Black Isle, which for all you die-hard Western RPG fans out there,
there aren't going to be many, but
well,
not many listening.
Well, Black Isle Obsidian, they're also the team who are working on Fallout New Vegas.
All right.
So
that's something I'm looking forward to playing.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
But we'll talk more about that next week.
Well, basically, I think that pretty much covers everything we can talk about this week. Obviously, next week is pretty much going to be very heavily E3 focused, and we're talking about what we think's going to be, big shown, and what a lot of the rumours, go over some of that stuff and
what we're excited about.
Yeah, basically that kind of stuff. But I want to thank you guys for listening and taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen to a rant about games and stuff and Cowboys. Thanks again for downloading the show. Please feel free to leave us some comments and a little review on iTunes. That would be absolutely amazing. Feel free to visit the website, Games4all.podcast.com, and if you want to email us about anything, it doesn't matter, preferably game related, that'd be good. It's podcast at Games4all.podcast.com. Like I said, I did mention there'll be a Twitter feed eventually that you can subscribe to. Maybe keep an eye on the website for that. That'll get updated soon. And what else? We're also looking into maybe doing some video stuff as well. That'd be kind of cool.
I don't know if the general public's ready to see me.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. There'll be some convincing going on in that space. Yeah. Thank you very much for listening to the show, and please, let's say, subscribe in iTunes, leave us a review, please. That'd be so good. Thanks for downloading and listening, and hopefully you'll be hearing from us next week.
Goodbye, people.
Okay, bye.
I have to say one very funny thing happened to this. I was standing, I think it was the other side of on this bridge or something. I called my horse.
Yeah.
And I watched the horse. This is my third horse now. My horse just came running around, going full power straight into the river and died.
That's awesome.
It's good fun. I need to find a better horse.